Oh, something happened with LinkedIn. What's going on
Okay, Kim.
there? LinkedIn is acting up. We'll just do YouTube and Facebook together. Oh, something happened. Greetings, 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 everyone. Dr. Ikena Finch is here. And of course, the lovely Vanessa Canterbury is here. Yes, all the things. And so, welcome to our third Monday of the month live stream, a couple of days past Monday. But, we're here, but we're here. We're showing up. That is the point. That's the one
Mm-hmm.
thing you got to think about. You got to show up, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
what we want to do. We got to show up. So, with that being said, Vanessa, tell us about our topic today.
Hmm. I don't know if they're ready for this, Kena. What you think? They ready for this?
Well, you got to tell them what it is so they know they
Oh,
ready.
well, let me tell you. Sometimes people they say they don't have a clue what to do with their gift.
Okay.
Or better yet, they don't even know what their gift is. So they just sit and they just say, Lord, show me my gift.
Okay.
They, sitting back and just conquering and say, all right, contemplating and what is my gift? Well, let's talk about your gift. It's in your hand.
Okay.
Oftentimes people don't realize that we being gifted something, but it's already in our hands. We went through something
Mm-hmm.
that in turn showed up our gifting is in our
Okay.
hands. But see, we have to stop sitting on our hands in order for our gift to show up. See, when I say sit on your hands, we turn around and we talk about and just talk about and just talk about, but don't take any action because again, we sitting and we waiting, but the gift is waiting for you to show up so people could be able to know your gift as well.
All right now.
We all have a gift. Every last one of us have a gift.
That's very true.
You know you have a gift. You know if you could sit there with your eyes closed and you could do that thing and you didn't have to put all this effort into it,
Mm-hmm.
but it came out to be absolutely powerful and people keep asking for it over and over and over and
Come
over
on.
again,
Come on
and
now.
you still asking yourself what's your gift? Really?
I agree.
I don't think that you're afraid of your gift or you don't know your gift. I think you're afraid of your gift and what it could do. That's what I really believe. You
Uh-oh.
know your gift. You know you could do that thing and you know that you can make a jam-packed difference. However, you afraid. You afraid of the stretching, the afraid of putting you in a position that will make you go so far deep into growing, you'd rather sit back and say, that's okay. It ain't my time. Or you keep on questioning your gift.
Hmm.
I'm just saying.
I didn't even thought about that.
We sit on it. We say, "Oh, I can't do that. Not that ain't for me. That's not for me. It's not gonna be beneficial. We'll talk ourselves out of it so quick,
Okay.
but then we find ourselves right back on in it. But then you say, that ain't for me, boo. It is for you because they keep coming back to you for a reason. It keeps showing up and pushing you and waking you up for a reason. But you can't make a difference in this world if you're not willing to go and put the effort into it. No, you may not have it all together. However, you can always make the adjustments along the way. So, Dr. Finch,
Yes, ma'am.
how long did you sit on your gift? And
Which
you
one?
just said, I got time for this.
Yeah,
Mhm.
which one? Which
Yeah,
one?
I know, right? How
Right. Yeah.
long did it take for you to say, you know what, I need to stop playing with this gift that I have? I'm listening. We listening. We want to know because we talk about things that We have been through, we have experienced this thing. We're not just talking out the side of our neck. We're talking about it because somebody else is sitting right now in this pandemic that they trying to open it up, but people still getting the Rona. Okay. But we have a gift. You have a gift like sitting in a palm of your hands. And you wonder why you're not making any movement. You can't make that extra income in the house because you ain't do nothing with your gift that you know that's a gift, but you're afraid of the gift. Yeah. Talk about it, Kina. Let them know.
Wow, that's a great question. Well, as far as my business was concerned, I sat on it for a while because, I said I had a job, uh, good one at that. And, I could do whatever I need to do from here, whatever. And I was like, nobody's really needing me to do this. People are out there in the world doing their thing. So they don't need me.
Mm-hmm.
But then one day I got tired of being told how I could help people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I really decided, hey, I need to get over this. I need to step out there and do it. And what really, really hit me, like really, really hit me, was when I realized that other people were waiting on me, just like I was waiting on that person to finally push me.
Mm-hmm.
What had happened if they hadn't pushed me? Where
Mm-hmm.
would I have been
Mm-hmm.
if they hadn't been in their spot?
Mm-hmm.
And then what would have happened to these people that I'm supposed to be a catalyst for their greatness? What would have happened to them if I decided I just didn't want to get up one day?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to show up one day.
Mm-hmm.
So that moved me because I don't want to be responsible for somebody else not being great because I wasn't where I was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because, that's destiny. We're built to help somebody else, just like somebody else was built to help us.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my thoughts with that. So how long did it take? Probably about 6 years for me to really. No, I take that back. The business, about 4 years for me to finally get off my duff it and do what I need to do because I was comfortable. I was doing the thing,
Mm-hmm.
But that moment when I realized I was being told how I could help people, no, I'm either gonna do it or not gonna do it at all. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna do it in excellence or not do it at all.
Mm.
So yeah, nope. What about you? What was your time? I think I know
Oh,
that answer.
Jesus. It took um well it was one before that. Well, a couple of them before that, but um it took for me to be able to go through an experience where someone was taking advantage of me.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't the way that I should come out. That's the best way. Come out as a businesswoman. And it took about good 5 years for me to just stop and not quit because I was at the verge of quitting
Mm-hmm.
because I am being taken advantage of a couple of times because people could feel when you just really don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's those people that's genuine and say, let me show you how. And it was so hard for me to be able to find someone to be able to show me how without wanting something in return. And so once I allowed myself to start trusting individuals, I was willing to be able to say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this. And that was when I had decided to be able to go ahead and self-publish my first book. And once I did that, that was like, ew, okay, really? But once people realized that I turned around and not only self-published my book, they were needing help to help self-publish their books. And then I started hearing the horror stories. And then my book turned to something way more than what I ever expected in a short amount of time. But once I allowed myself to put the guards down, after the last experience and start to trust again, that's when I was like, okay, I'm going to go after this gift full speed ahead, and I'm not going to look back, and I'm not going to apologize at all. And that was the best feeling ever, to finally see what you always dreamt of become something that you hold in your hands. And that was my book. So I'm glad I did it, but at the same time, I didn't know it was going to go this far. And this is why we say you can't keep sitting on your gift. We all have one, and it turns into something way more than what I ever expected. So we got to go after our gifts. We have to. We got to stop allowing other people to self sabotage it for us.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And that's what I had experienced. Somebody try to self sabotage because they was trying to get over on a person. But see, when you have this thing called intuition,
Okay.
you need to use it. When you have this thing called common sense, you need to use it. When this thing called ask questions and they won't even give an answer, or the answer don't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to do what's best for you and stop explaining. Sometimes there's no need for you to explain when people don't even get it anyway. So that's when it started for me. And I'm glad I moved forward in that arena to be able to start making a difference and leaving my footprints on this earth, because other people, because they keep sitting on their gifts, we don't get a chance to see it because it went with them when they left this world. Don't be that person. Do your part. Make a difference. Even when you don't know, ask questions. Stop being afraid to invest in yourself. Stop being afraid of doing something different. Be different with it. Have fun with it. But don't sit on your gifts.
I like that. Have fun.
Yeah, have fun with it. You know, when we don't have fun, you know what happens? We give up. We find a way to make an excuse to give up. Well, this not any fun anymore. See, when you working a 9 to 5, there is, structure on how things are done on your job. But when you are working for yourself, you can be creative. Stop being afraid to use the creative version that's in you. I'm just saying.
I like it.
Kina. So when you have decided to step out there, go after your gift, what did you learn about yourself?
Hmm. I think the biggest thing was that I wasn't going to spontaneously combust. I wasn't going to was on a retreat. Because I've been doing changing lines since 2014, but that was more the podcast. But business 2016, and that's Finch and Associates, and that was a whole new experience. That was me telling people, hey, this is what I do, this is what I'm about, this is what I can give. And that was a whole nother situation. I was just I really had to dig deep and realize that everything wasn't going to be handed to me because, at a job, everything's handed to you. You know when you're gonna get off, you know when you're gonna go get to work, you know what it's gonna be about, you know the project's gonna be da 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 da. Well, with this, you have to go out and get the business. You have to do all the marketing and advertising yourself. You got to do all that. Then you have to do all of the um, do the work. Then you have to send the invoice. Then you have to do. You know what I mean? Basically, you the chief everything officer. And where there was other people to do that for you,
Mm-hmm.
it just it's something else.
Ooh, child.
It's something else. But I did realize that I wasn't gonna break. And I think that was the most important thing, you know. I can do it. No matter what's going on, I can do it. And I can get
Yes, you
it done.
can. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what did you learn about yourself, Vanessa?
I learned that I was allergic to corporate America.
Allergic? Really?
I was allergic to corporate America.
Okay.
Um, when I had wrote this book and I held on to it for 5 years. And then I
Mm-hmm.
had went through so many different things after my layoff. But when you have the president of the company um, make a remark that I wasn't able to function after the death of my brother, it did something to me. Um, it showed me that I have so much to give, and this job couldn't break me more than what I already have experienced.
Come on now.
And that I have so much to offer to people that will appreciate what I bring, like genuinely appreciate it.
Right.
Um, and so I needed to not use um, the bad part of working in corporate America and use what I've learned, the tools that I did learn when I was in corporate America, and learn how to incorporate those things that will be beneficial to my business. And once I did that, I started to see that I'm one um, amazing individual
All right now.
that people continuously sleep on. And I am glad that I discovered so much about me. So it had to happen, that journey, that door that had to happen in order for me to see the amazing person that people seen and talked about in my small circle. But now the world gets a glimpse of that person because I stopped sitting on my gift. I didn't allow my those things that try to destroy you deny me. Hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's we have to stop allowing those things and those people who are on a mission to destroy you to deny you of living unapologetically in your gifting. Hmm. I don't care who it is, family, friends, associates, naysayers. I've learned so much about me, and it just gives me the extra energy, the extra push, the extra that I need, the extra of abundance. Hmm.
Come on
Yeah.
now. I like that. The extra of abundance.
Yes.
Yes. Talk to me about the extra of abundance. I like that.
Baby, let me tell you something. There's an abundance with your name on it. And that's what people fail to realize. It's not in the box, it's outside the box in order for you to experience the abundance with your name on it. Mhm. And when you get a chance to have that experience, is the most beautiful thing that gives you the urgency to help more people. It has nothing to do with the, how much income that you could be able to make, but the urgency of what you have that's needed that provides you in return the abundancy of your blessings. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like the word abundance. You
Mm-hmm.
know, oh, I hope this story is appropriate. But
Uh-oh.
no. I watch Pose, right? Love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the last season, and
Mm-hmm.
they did something of the show about Electra, and she said, "Do you know why I called the house Abundance?" And they were like, "No." And she said, "Because I finally was in a house where I had everything. I had love. I had family. I had everything that I had ever wanted and said I was going to do. It was there in my house of abundance." And I was like, wow, what does our house of abundance look like? What,
Mm-hmm.
what does that look like? Everybody's is different. Some, what does your house of abundance look like? And, and I said, the Lord was thinking, I was like, honestly, I'm probably in a house of abundance. Could it be more? Yes, everything could always be more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got senior, you know, for the aka the parental unit. And and she's well, I got my girls, Vanessa and the crew, and then, I have a good job, I have a good family.
Mm-hmm.
Finch and Associates is great, and I didn't get COVID. So,
Okay.
and I'm
Okay.
vaccinated, so right now I'm really living in a house of abundance. What
Come
about
on.
you, Vanessa?
Let me tell you, the house of abundance is an amazing thing. Me and my daughter just had this conversation, and it almost brought tears to my side. Well, I didn't do it in front of her, but I just sat there and I put my head down and just said, "Thank you, um, thank you. You just got to just give God the glory. People don't know why your praise is so high. They don't have no clue what you had to go through to be able to get to the point of having that praise, to be able to see like the abundance that he has, that he's giving you, he's showing you, he's providing you. My goodness, my goodness. It is so undescribable. But you would never be able to know this feeling until you get off your hands and use your gift. The things that I have in the time I've been what 8 years? It's been 8 years
Mhm.
working for myself. And in the
Oh,
8 years, I've accomplished so much versus back then it was 20 years when I was working in corporate America.
come
20.
on.
How is it that I accomplished so much just by my gift? Made more money by my gift than I ever made when I was working a job. That alone, I'm grateful. The things that I'm doing right now that I can't even share right now, I'm grateful. But you have to be willing to get out of your way. You have to be willing to stop sitting, contemplating, talking, and not taking any action. You got to stop allowing the past to determine your future. You got to stop pointing fingers at everybody else as to why you have yet to get ahead.
Well, come on now.
Your name is attached to your purpose, which equals out to your abundance. You need to get with it or you're going to keep getting left behind. You know, I had a conversation with my neighbor. I was doing yard work and I don't do that often. Don't mind your business. That's not my thing. However, I had turned around and I started cutting down the extra, what do you call those weeds and all that, moving them. I was doing all types of stuff. My kid was like, what is going on with her? Yeah. But see, in order for you to be able to see the way, you got to cut the weeds out the way.
Oh, come on.
You got all those weeds and you can't even see the pathway of where you need to go because you got weeds in the way. When was the last time you done yard work? Front work, back work, side work? When was the last time? Because the weeds is blocking your vision. Those weeds is making a way where it's stopping you from going straight without fighting just to get to the other side. So, when you going to clean your front side and backyard of the weeds so you could be able to start the journey to get to your abundance too.
Oh, come on. Come on. All right, so you trying to go there with the wheat and the tear. I hear you. I hear you.
I tried to hold it and I was like,
you trying to take it there. You trying to take it there. Okay, I hear you. You know, sometimes we got to sift that wheat. We got to sift that wheat. Yes, and, you know, a lot of us are just sitting up here letting the tear grow. And, you know, and I'm sure the tear appreciates it.
Yeah.
But that tear also is sucking up your nutrients that your wheat should have. That is the part that people don't get. Oh, you know, it don't make no difference. All those weeds are sucking up the nutrients for the flower to grow. And if you okay with having mediocre wheat, then let them sit there. But if you want excellent wheat in abundance, then you are going to do what you need to do to get rid of what is unnecessary.
Come on. Come on.
Just a thought.
Come with it.
Because, you know,
come on.
You know, I'm trying to be.
You know, you gotta try not to go and give it to them.
I'm trying to be good today. Let me tell you. And then I'm not, right? Okay, so no, but for real though. We sit there and we accept a lot of stuff. What does wheat look like? Let's explain what wheat looks like. Wheat would be that business opportunity, that networking opportunity, that new book you wrote, that program you did. That's wheat. Let's talk about tear. People tearing you down, people all up in your business, people all in your DMs trying to pick your brain, people there trying to get you to do all they work and so they can get all the glory. That is tear. Now, all of the energy, and let's say, you know, wheat and tear both need dirt. And what is that in this instant? Your energy.
Come with it.
Okay? So every time you spend extra energy on stuff that involves the tear, the wheat is not getting the attention that it needs to grow. So every time you listen to that unnecessary gossip about you, your wheat is not growing. Every time you sit there and you listen to somebody try to tear you down, your wheat is not growing. Every time you sit there and you wait on somebody to support you and you know they're not, your wheat's not growing. All of that energy that was wasted on the tear could have been put in your business. And it could have been growing and the business would have spoke for itself instead of you trying to defend yourself around people that don't matter in the first place. It never did.
Mm,
And she's done.
mm, mm, mm. See, y'all. Okay. So this is how we will do this, and we would love to see your comments and your feedback. Okay. Let us know not only about this message to be able to, you know, take you to a whole nother space to be able to get out of your own way, but we also want to know, when was the last time you cut your weeds down? And when are you going to start making a way for you to be able to use your gifting?
Mm-hmm.
You was born into this world with a gift. Why waste it? Why allow somebody else to suffer because you too afraid of your gift? You know your gift. You've been sitting on it for a long time.
Yeah.
You've been talking about it. He nudged you with the gift, woke you up with the gift, poured into you with the gift. What else? What else do you need so you can be able to show the world your gift?
That's very good indeed. Very insightful, Vanessa. You know, as we bring this to a close, I really want to hear your quote on what you would tell that person that is battling. I know there is so much more in me, but I'm not ready to give up my life I have right now. What would you
Mm,
say to that person?
mm, mm. Is that a question for me?
What would you say to that person?
Oh, it's for me? Oh,
Yes.
oh.
Yes.
So the question is what? Because you was breaking in and out. That's why I was asking. Tell me again.
Okay, so the question is, what would you say to the person who knows they need to clear that wheat? I mean, need to clear the tears, we say. But they're enjoying that life.
They join a life of what?
Keeping the tear there, keeping all of that stuff there. What would you say?
Well, if that's what they enjoy, then have it. But don't knock somebody else down if they discover their gift. Don't do that. Because this is the thing. They say you become who you surround yourself around with.
Right.
You become them, right? But if somebody else in that group decides to step out and to become something bigger and better, don't knock them because they decided to do it.
That's so
You
true.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have something in you just like everybody else. But if you want to stay comfortable, comfortable limits you. Uncomfortable will stretch, grow, and take you to places that you thought you would never experience in your life. But you got to be willing to be uncomfortable. You got to be willing to take the wheels off and stop controlling everything and just go into it full speed ahead without any excuses, without any pushbacks. And if that means you're going to stumble, just don't quit.
All right now.
Because you're going to stumble again. You're going to get back up and you're going to go forward again. Because I stumbled so many times that I thought my knees was going to break and give out on me. They was bruised up, bloody, and everything else because of the stumbling.
Yeah.
But I knew that was part of the process. I knew that I was willing to be able to do something different because what I was doing with like everybody else was limiting me. My creative part of me was amazing on the job, but I didn't get no credit for it. It didn't change my pay rate either. But at the same time, they wanted me to be creative just enough to be able to make it beneficial for them. But my creative side, it was getting lost in their stuff when I knew there was so much more for me to showcase. So, what you gonna do? That's what we really want to know. What you
Yeah,
gonna do? Because we have so many fake people on social media when we need to see some real, genuine people that's really out here. And I love being the underdog. I'm okay with being the underdog. But this underdog is doing something amazing. This underdog is leaving an imprint. This underdog, people watching and Googling. This underdog.
Mhm.
So that's fine. So stop worrying about them and let's go ahead and get you together. Because somebody is waiting for you for what you have to offer. Because Dr. Finch and I can only do so much. We need you to be able to show up so somebody else don't have to suffer in the process. Okay?
A little bit. You know, if I had to say anything, I would say, which one is more important? Your right now good time or your happy ever after?
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, people don't like sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
My life has been one big sacrifice after the other. Let's think about this. I have 6 degrees. One sacrifice after the next, after the next, after the next. And then I had to leave to get the degrees, you know. So a lot of times I was all by myself in these cities.
Mm-hmm.
You know, once I got the degree, okay, now we want to fly you everywhere. We want to move you. Yeah, and they moved me. They sure
Mm-hmm.
did. They cut those checks. No problems.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
But, but, you know, the Kool Aid was real red, but it eventually turns clear.
Yeah.
When you keep adding water to it and adding more water to it, it gets diluted.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
And you know that right now good time, you keep adding more water to it, it's not
Mm-hmm.
gonna be such a good time anymore
Yep.
because you living for right now gratification, but what comes with this right now gratification?
Yep.
So I would go for, and I have always been going for the overall ever after, so to speak, because sacrifice only happens for a little while,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And during that sacrifice, you're basically going through the stretching, the beating, and the pressing, right? So you
Yes, yes.
can be a better person.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't handle that little bit of pain, then why should he give you any other elevation?
Oh, no, she didn't. Yes,
Because
Lord.
elevation comes with pain.
Mm.
It comes with stretching. Yeah, it's gonna be some happy times, but you're gonna have to stretch and grow to get to those points. I am in a stretching time right now. Okay.
Mm.
And I know what the outcome could be in a lot of different situations.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, you don't want to go through it. And that's okay. But at the end of the day, you gotta decide,
Mm-hmm.
do I want the right now gratification or do I want the overall victory? So with that being said, Vanessa, I
Mm.
think we could go ahead and just knock that out right there.
Mm.
Ooh, that might be a good topic. Do you want the overall victory, honey? Ooh,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah, that might be a good topic, girl.
It will. It'll be something that we could be able to do on our next one. So stay tuned for that one. I think that'll be a really, really good one.
Yes.
It's a continuation to what we already spoke about. Um, we just waiting for some people to just say, you know what, I don't want to be in this position again next year.
Yeah. Not
Mm-hmm.
even next year, like next month.
Next week.
Okay. Tomorrow.
I'm just saying, okay.
you
I'm just
know,
saying. You know, they open
people.
this world back up and they don't give a darn what's going on. Now they saying that if you wear a mask I think it's in Texas, if you wear a mask now in Texas after July 1st, I believe, you will get $1,000 ticket. This
Right.
thing ain't over with.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do for those moments when, just in case, you do have to return back to a job, just in case?
Mhm.
Well, what's going to be your plan?
Oh, go
We
ahead.
have the power to be able to make a difference in this world. What part are you going to play?
Woo. That's what I'm talking about. Well, Vanessa, we have to invite the people to join us, every Wednesday. Our podcast is coming out today, as a matter of fact. Every Wednesday, our very first episode of season 4 came out. And
Mm-hmm.
actually, today's episode is Natasha Allen, who is in the audience today. Woo woo. So
All
y'all
right
get
now,
to
Natasha.
listen and learn about Natasha today and all her self-care products that she gives you. Honey Nurtured by Natasha, y'all will know that name.
Mm-hmm.
So we love it. Love it. And then I see we're getting ready to bring y'all some real raw serious talk. You
Mm-hmm.
know. And it's okay if it's not for the faint of heart. It's
Mm-hmm.
okay. You know, but we're putting the truth out there, and then you can always reach out and grab it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what you do to it is
And
up to you.
there it is. And you can listen to this here on Facebook. We're on LinkedIn. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. So right now it's going live on Twitter, it's going live on YouTube, and it's going live on Facebook right now. And then we're gonna put it on LinkedIn. And then we're also on all kinds of different podcast stations. We just got on Amazon Music and Audible, so you can listen to us there. You can listen to
Yeah.
us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Podbean, iTunes, Google Play. I mean, if there's a podcast place, you probably gonna find us. So
Mm-hmm.
come on over there to any of your favorite spaces. And then, of course, you'll see it all on the social media handles as well. And listen to, you know, what Natasha Allen does on the podcast this week and all the other podcasts we've done in the past. It might be somebody there that's going to uplift your spirits and make you realize that you are on that right path to greatness.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Vanessa?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the things that we have accomplished, the things that we're doing, the things that's making a difference. That's the most important thing, is just to make a difference. Make a difference.
Yeah, yeah. So with that being said, good night, everyone.
Good night.
Hold on.